Hey, I got the green and blue doohickeys from the Jeep dealer. To put the uh, little the body clips back on the Jeep, on the Renegade. I got the doohickeys from the dealer. He ordered them. He got the five. They were like uh, I don't know what I forgot. It was like $2 and something a piece for 10, and it was ridiculous. It was Anyway, I got the little doohickeys for the body panel, and now I'm trying to figure out how to get them on there. I'm gonna have to um, it's raining right now, so I can't put them on, but you have to remove the liner for the fender well, the plastic liner. They didn't do it in metal, they did it in plastic. But so well, it covers up a bunch of other stuff which is real important, like emissions. Emissions is back behind the tire, and the shock thing over here, whatever you want to call it. It's got the spring and the shock together. Anyway, if you pull that plastic liner and the wheel well loose, you then end up with with access to the screws in the fender well, which hold the plastic piece on. It's like a plastic spring, and when you push it in there, it spreads out in the hole and tightens up, so then it doesn't come off. But this clip is stuck in the plastic piece, so you have to stick them all in the plastic piece, which goes on the body. You then shove it on the body in the holes. Make sure they all snap in, and then walk away from it. Then you can put the fender well plastic piece back in. Since it's raining, I haven't done it. I did get it's a quart of 0W20 to put in it. It's a quart. It's at the bottom mark on the engine, so I knew that was going to be an issue. You gotta keep oil in it, but whatever. I keep oil in it. I get like 24 miles to the gallon. I'll tell Orego that it only makes like 20, but I'm gonna put the Orego in it so that I can pay my fuel taxes at a discounted rate. Because that's something you have to deal with. Oregon, the road tax, if they were trying to figure out how to tax people for their fuel mileage, because they weren't getting enough just from normal fuel usage, and they were thinking, well, these people whose vehicles use more gasoline, they end up paying more, but then people started making, more efficient cars, so then they started getting less money. So, oh wait, there's more Priuses. Oh, there's more hybrids. Vehicles are using less gasoline, and now we don't have enough money to make road repairs. So, they had to come up with some way to force people to pay enough in order to pay for the fuel tax and gasoline. So what they did is, now it's when you register your vehicle, you are paying a fee, especially if your vehicle is more efficient. You're paying a fuel basically it's a road tax when you register it, and you pay a giant fee depending on how efficient it is, what the EPA rating is. So if it's real efficient, you pay this bigger fee that you would not be paying in gasoline. There at the vehicle registration office every 2 years. So what Orego did is they came in to help mitigate that. They said, well, we want it to be the right amount. So you put this unit in your car, and Orego ends up reading all your trips, all your mileage in county, in state, and counts that towards the road tax. And so now you pay them instead of the registration office. I think you also still have to pay the registration office, but it's at a much discounted price, hopefully at an amount which, if you add them together, the road tax fee at the registration office and the amount of which in gasoline of which you spend and the amount that you pay Orego for, you get this an Oreo cookie effect, because you have you have a cookie being the registration office, you have a cookie being the gasoline that you purchase, and in the middle is this cream filled icing that you pay or get money back at Orego. So it's in the Orego is paying for gasoline. For the road tax here in Oregon is like an Oreo cookie. That's interesting. But anyway, that's the last thing that I need to do, and I still have to do a road test. I haven't hooked up to a trailer yet. And I think what I can do is to see how well the Renegade tows, which I'm very curious to see how well it tows, is to hook up to the big trailer, the 2,000-pound trailer, with it empty, and then make a trip to get lumber or blocks for the building, or sandbags or gravel bags, because you can't put more than 2,000 pounds on total package. For that 2,000 pounds is 2,000 pounds. Right now I think it weighs, I don't know what it weighs. I know it's less than 2,000. It's like, I think it's got a dry weight of like 500 pounds. So it's got a payload of 1,500 pounds. So you can carry 1,500 pounds. So it's a 2,000 pound trailer with a 500 pound already, with 1,500 pounds payload. That's kind of interesting, because I have a 300 pound 1,000 pound trailer that I can put 750 pounds on. So I could almost, it's about half as much as what the other one is. But that one weighs 300, that one weighs 500. So I can put 12, yeah, anyway. The little green trailer, I can put camping gear on it. 750 pounds of camping gear to make 1,000 pounds. I think it's somewhere around 1,100, 1,050, something like that. It's a little over 1,000. I don't even have to register it. But if you go out of state, you got to have it registered. And so it's real questionable as to where I'm going to go. So, but that's one of the things that I've got to do. I got to road test and see how well it tows. There's a road in Portland, going out of Portland, going towards Hillsborough, Highway 26. It's uphill the whole way. There's a third lane, truck lane. It's the closest truck lane towing that I know of. and plus it's a long enough trip. You also go up a hill coming out of Newburgh, and then over to I-5, and then go up into Portland. There's also a truck lane, hill area, curvy area, and then off of 26, you go up the truck lane up on 26, and going off of I-5 up 26 towards Hillsboro, and then you go through some twisty turning lanes in Hillsboro. There's also a road up near Cooper Mountain that I'd like to pull it up and see how fast will it go the speed limit up a hill in Cooper Mountain with a set amount of weight, which I don't think it will. I think it'll be falling back to about 30, maybe 25, with about 1,000 pounds on it. I'm thinking the camping trailer. It's a hill. It's about, I guess, about 1,500 foot, 2,000 foot hill. I mean, travel distance that it goes up to 500, 600, 700 feet elevation, and then it tops off. You can do the same thing from the river bottom out coming out of Portland, but I think it's a longer hill. I think it's about 2 miles. The one in Hillsboro is steeper, and it's about 1,000 to 2,000 feet to go up the hill. It's the steepest 2 hills I know of in town, and I'll take it up those 2 steep hills, and then I'll come back to Newburgh. So that'll be a neat pull. Plus, it's on a turning road, 2 lanes. So yeah, I want to see how the Renegade tows, and I think this'll tell it. So coffee and a Renegade, and I'll film it too, because this camera has the longest battery time of most anything that I've seen. I might even be able to plug it in while filming so that it continues, but I don't know. I'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, there you go. Coffee and towing. Oh, there you go.